Hi there, YouTubers. My name is CottonBaler27, and I'm here today to bring to your attention a brand new Feed the Beast Monster server. Now, the server isn't quite brand new. It's been up for 6 months now. However, myself and a few others have been refining it and building it up to a point where we believe that it can deliver the player experience that we are targeting and that we feel is lackluster on some other communities. Now, just a couple things. The intent of this server is to appeal to the broadest audience while giving niche players what they want at the same time. And we have a very clever way of doing this. It seems really obvious, but the way that we have this server structured and the meat and potatoes of the server, I think, will deliver a very fulfilling experience. Now, without further ado, this is the main spawn area. You spawn at a train station in the world of Terra. And Terra is the overworld. It's one of 5 worlds, and it's got the general rules necessary for people who just want to play the game in an enjoyable fashion. Here we've got some displays like Rotary Craft, Bibliocraft. It's kind of like a museum kind of style. Just spark some interest in some of these mods. Now, some of you may not be aware that Monster has in the ballpark of 180 mods installed on it. So there's a whole lot for everyone to do, and we believe that we have captured that spirit on this server. The server is part of the GF Gaming community, located at that website. It's also in the description. Some admin stuff. We have a Teamspeak server, also in the description. And of course, that's the most important part. Now, one of the first things you'll notice is that the spawn is quite large, and it can be kind of confusing, so that's why we have exit signs marked appropriately. And right here is the main lobby. This is where you normally spawn. As you can see, there's a lot of information in this room. It looks kind of overwhelming, but it's really not. I believe that we have it very well organized. And just some credits here. Just a couple shout outs to my admins and the community owners. General rules of the server. The first thing that we're going to get into is the multiple world scheme. As you can see here, this is Terra. It's also the overworld, and it has these particular sets of rules. For example, you can't blow up other people's towns. You have grief protection. You can't use queries, but you can use mob spawners, and etc., etc. So some of the other worlds, as we will see here, we'll get to the rest of the stuff in there, but this is what I want to hit off first. These are the 4 additional worlds. There's 5, including the one that we're in right now, Terra, and not including the other mod dimensions like the Twilight Forest or the Underdark. We have Pandora, Motu, Polios, Albion. Now, right off the bat, you can live in any of these worlds, except for Polios and Motu, because they're not open yet. But you can live in any of these. You can build. They're not subject to the same types of periodical resets as the Nether is, for example, or the End. Now, this is where I was getting into capturing, the broad spectrum of players that are out there, because Pandora has a completely different set of rules than Terra. And in Pandora, it's complete anarchy. You can raid, there's PvP, and the benefit of being in Pandora is that you can use queries. Now, of course, you can go back and forth between these worlds, so you're not like committed to one, but you can use queries. Townie is disabled, obviously, because it's a raiding world. all of these worlds are ranked. In this case, you have to be at least a minor, which is the second rank. We'll get into the ranks later, but minor it's not that difficult. It's not that hard to obtain that rank and gain access to Pandora, which is fine anyway because you don't want to come here before you've got some equipment, some decent equipment. So let's jump right down into it. As you'll notice, I'm gonna kind of spam TPS right here every now and then just to kind of demonstrate the performance of this server. So jump down here, got multiverse, bam, instant, just like that. TPS 20 didn't drop a bit, didn't affect those other two players that are currently on, who are my moderators and my dungeon master, by the way. Right here, same rules, Pandora, just to remind you, and just a quick description of what you can't do in this world, just because of the nature of the type of that this world is. Portal back down to Terra. Everything is clearly marked. Welcome to Pandora, the Anarchy world. You'll see the world guard is very neatly organized as far as what type of area that you're in. However, it won't spam you too much. So if I was with another player in this world, we could engage in PvP activity, which you normally can't do in the overworld. You're protected from that in the overworld, and you have no obligation to come here. The lure to come to this world, this Anarchy world, is the fact that you can use queries. So you're gonna have to find some way to protect your query against being raided, like a MFFS or some sentry turrets or something creative like that, like landmines. And there's plenty of mods in here to do that with. As you can see right here, those of you not familiar with Monster, there's 333 pages here in the NEI. I'm not going to go over, there's not enough time in the world, not enough meth in the world to go over all of these wonderful mods that we have in here. But there's ways that you can protect your stuff without using plugin support like Townie, so just trust me on that one. So let's go right back to Terra. Get some TPS. Pretty good TPS right there, 20. Right there, bam, instant. Back to Terra, main spawn area, TPS 20. Not affected in the least. Now, there's a couple more things I want to go over. Caps lock right there. There's gonna be the ranks and gonna be doing the quests. So, which are tied to each other. Now, when I say quests, this is the good. I believe that we're doing it right. And for those of you who just want to log on and just build a nice base and do your thing, play with the mods and all that, you don't sorry, can't multitask like that. You don't don't worry, it's not that impactful on you, and I think that you'll find it very challenging. This is quest 0. We will have this completed by the end of this week as of posting this video, and we have more quests in the work. But I just want to show off the power of the custom plugins that we have, completely ground up programming courtesy of our admin Navidica. So you step on here, bam, takes you to a Mistcraft world with the quest in it. Gonna quickly top out of there. Some of these quests are going to require that you purge your inventory before you enter them, and it'll give you a chance to do that before it clears it. However, any loot that you find in any of these quests you can take back with you, obviously. Gonna put my night vision on real quick. Bam. So I'm not going to run through this quest, you know, the normal way. I'm just going to kind of plow through it just to demonstrate the Dungeon Master plugin that we have. And we actually have a staff member with the title of Dungeon Master who's in charge of all of these things. Now this will make sense in a few minutes, But right now I'm just gonna destroy this place. Bam, I'm doing this quest, I'm blowing through it. Normally you can't destroy things in this quest. It's not quite adventure mode, but you won't be able to break blocks and stuff unless you're supposed to for the quest. And these quests range from like Zelda style to like platformers or anything of that nature. So we got some traps here. You know, you gotta kind of figure out, you know, there's pistons in here. You gotta kind of figure out how to activate those pistons. You gotta figure out how to access this this room right here with the loot in it. You got, you know, got a witch hanging out. Just gonna mess your day up if you're not careful. Lots of stuff going on in here. You'll see what I'm doing while I'm breaking all these walls in a minute, because we have an amazing plugin that will reset the quest once you complete it. And with like some contingencies in the mix there. So I'm just gonna like go through here, and each quest has a similar mechanic to it. I just kind of gave away some of the loot right there. Oh well. These quests can be done single player or co-op. It does not matter. You don't have to do anything special. It's just a matter of, you know, someone else jumping into the quest with you at any point during the quest. And there are some items that you can obtain, some loots that you can't obtain unless you are in co-op. So there's a benefit there to that. And you can redo these quests as many times as you want. Now, this is the best part right here. So somewhere in each of the quests, there's going to be a lever or a device that will move this sticky piston. Let's get out of here. Go, 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 go. Sweet. Okay, finally. Yeah. So, anyway. There's going to be, you know, you do that sticky piston right there. Whichever method you choose. TPS 20, getting a little bit of latency here, but I think that's me. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little bomb. Bam! See that? This is the best part right here. Finish the quest, terminate it. As you can see right there in the chat, getting some TPS. What's happening is that world is being reset to the way back to its normal snapshot. And as you can see, I'm spamming the TPS here, and it didn't drop in the least while that world was being completely wiped and reloaded. So, you know, this is the next guy. I'm ready to do the quest. Gonna hop in here. I think that latency is all me. A little bit of lag, but it's not too bad. But as you can see here, yeah, completely restored. If you recall, I was busting up these glass walls in here. Completely restored, ready to go. You can do these quests as many times as you want, and the signs that you need to actually get promoted and move up ranks will actually be tied into these quests in the very, very, very near future, once some of the tip-offs, just a little bit more refinement. But yeah, this is a 24/7 dedicated server. You know, professional hosting and all that, and we are part of a larger community of GF Gaming, which all of that is in the link below. Now, the ranks. Now I can't really talk about ranks without also getting the donation system a little bit, but here we go. We have minor, denizen, citizen, and high citizen. Alright. The first, well, really the second rank is minor. With each rank you unlock more items. Now I should have let off that we don't have any banned items except for these three right here because of exploits and problem stability issues. Like spike traps, they seem innocent, but they will actually crash the server and cause significant problems. So those are the only items that are actually completely banned from the server or disabled in one way or another. So what we have here is, and every item is accessible even at the lowest rank unless it's on this screen right here. So if you have any questions about that, if it's not on the screen, then there is no rank requirement for it. So at minor you unlock some cool stuff, and I have the power suits divided up into tiers. So there's tier 1, tier 2, and 3 modular power suit items. Some items right here with this red W are world restricted. That means that you can't use them except in certain worlds. An example, this one has a W on it because it can only be used in Pandora. Now, but here's the thing. You can rank up high enough and you can actually use nukes. You can actually create nukes and nuke stuff. Now, as you can see, this one also has a world restriction in it. You can't use a nuke in the overworld, but in Pandora, you can use nukes. Might change that, I don't know. Depends on how the other two worlds develop, the ones that haven't opened yet. So, when I say nothing is banned, I absolutely mean it to the highest extent possible. You just have to rank up a little bit for it. Now you've also probably noticed these little donator symbols. Now I do not believe in a play to win kind of gaming model. I hate that. I despise it. Not knocking these games, but like MapleStory, Farmville, stuff like that. It irks me a lot, and I think that you'll find that I have not done that here with the donation system. Well, all of these items here with the D on it can be donated for early access, meaning that even if you're the lowest rank, you could actually donate for a special license to use the staff of traveling before you're a high citizen. Because high citizen is a fairly hard rank to obtain. So if you want to use the staff of traveling early, you can actually donate for it, but it's not absolutely mandatory. And these PvP items, like this rocket launcher, matter cannon, ender query, those are not on the eligible for advanced donation because they're PvP items, and like I said, I'm not a play to win kind of guy. But if you're still not motivated, let's check out what that spammer is anyway. Got this. Let's get some of this action. All kinds of cool mods in here. Bam. I can use it here, well, because I'm an admin, but as you can see, all kinds of stuff for PvP. And we've got some like Quake style arenas in the works. All kinds of stuff. So I really hope you find this server worth a shot, worth your time, and like I said, we are paying for full dedicated service. So if you believe that the server is worth your hard-earned money, then feel free to donate, and we have all kinds of perks and all kinds of donor packages available to you. I'm not gonna get in depth in it in this video, but we do have a mall district, and there's townie plots where your whole town can cooperate and make produce for a shop, and we also have independent merchant suites that you can customize, and we do have an economy system. Not getting into that in this video right here. This is just an introductory. TPS still pretty good, so yeah, that's it for this particular video. I hope that this encourages you to come and visit our server. Cotton Baler out.